Hi and welcome to a new channel on my YouTube. I am Elin and today I'm going to do a book haul for all the books I got in 2020. Both gifts and the ones that I bought myself. First we have Solitaire by Alice Oseman. This I think I got for Christmas last year and I read it and I gave it 4 stars. It's about Tori and she goes to a new school, and in Solitaire is where we first meet Nick and Charlie that are in Heartstopper. But this one is kind of, Solitaire is this kind of website that just hacks into everything on their school, and something is happening with Michael Holden. It says, I don't know what Solitaire are trying to do and I don't care about Michael Holden, I really don't. Tori is a really pessimistic and makes a lot of sarcastic jokes and stuff, and Tori is the sister of Charlie from Heartstopper. So yeah, this was really good, 4 stars. Also got The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. I listened to this on audio, I believe, or I just didn't annotate it, but I think I listened to it on Scribd. But this is the second book in the Daevabad trilogy. The first book is the City of Brass. It's about a girl in Cairo in Egypt who is kind of a con woman, and then she accidentally summons a jinn, and then she learns that she is a magical, and that jinn takes her off to a magic place for jinns and devas and whatever, and it kind of takes off from there. It's really good and I am asking for the 3rd book for Christmas. Then I got Bonecryer's Moon by Kathleen Purdy in my Owlcrate box. The one time I got an Owlcrate box. I think this cover, the blue one, is much prettier than the grey original, and it's signed by the author somewhere. Yeah, it's signed. This I don't know much about, and the ratings aren't good. It's a fantasy, and it says that it shines with doomed romance, macabre magic and betrayal, with the power to shatter the boundary between the living and the dead. So it sounds really good, and I did read a bit of it. I got to page 24 before I put it down to read something else, so I will be reading this next year probably. Then we have a book I got for free. I won this. It's One Piece Volume 1, The Adventure Begins by Eiichiro Oda. And One Piece is the biggest treasure hunt who has ever existed. So it's a pirate manga, and it has like 100 volumes. So I don't know if I will be reading that many of it, but I got it for free when I won in a library. It was on a library on a bus. Then I bought Shift by Hu Howie. I read the first book, Wool, in 2015, but I've forgotten most of it, so I want to reread that and then get to the sequel. And that is a dystopian series where everyone lives in a silo because the outside world is toxic with the chemicals and stuff in the air, so you die if you breathe it in. Then I bought Dress Codes for Small Towns by Courtney Stevens. I think I got this for Christmas as well. Yeah, I did. So I didn't buy this myself, but I did ask for it. And this I got from Books and Lala. This is her favorite book of all time. So that's what she says, so I read it and I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. It's really cool. It's kind of a love hexagon, and it takes place in a small town, and our main character is called Billy McCaffrey, and her dad is a priest, but she is not really religious. She just wants to be herself because she's queer, and yeah, it's really fun. I love the friendship group in this one. Then I have Loveless by Alice Oseman, which I have bought myself, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm planning on reading it this month. And this is about, all I know is basically that the main character is Aro Ace, aromantic and asexual, and he's trying to figure that out. And she starts university. So she is, it's a coming of age story where she's accepting herself and I guess coming out, maybe. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, but I do love Alice Oseman's writing. And we have a third Alice Oseman book, I Was Born for This. This I bought myself as well, and I have read it. My brother read this with Bookish Tiffany on YouTube and Instagram, and it was good. I gave it 4 stars, but it wasn't as good as some of her other books. It's about a boy band and a girl, and the girl meets her like idols, and it's really good. Then another book I got for Christmas last year is Supernova by Marissa Meyer, which is the 3rd book in the Renegade series. I gave this 4.5 stars. I tabbed it a lot. And this is superhero series that I like, because and it's weird because the Renegades are the good guys and the Anarchists are the bad guys, but the line is blurred in the series, which I liked. Then another book I got for free from when I won the thing at the library. I got Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. I am kind of nervous about this because I hated one of her other books. So we'll see about this one, but it's a mystery, I believe. Like a domestic, yeah, something violent happens at the annual party for school parents. So we'll see if I hate this one as much as I hated the other book I read from Liane Moriarty. Then I got a Swedish book that some people I know have recommended me. It's called Jag for ner till bror, which translates to like I went down to my brother, or like I went to my brother or something, by Karin Smirnoff. And this is, I guess, like literary fiction, maybe. It says that it's a contemporary drama in a small town. It's about life, love, violence, the beautiful and the broken stuff. Hardest of everything is forgiveness. I'm excited to read this, but I've heard that it's kind of a hard read. Maybe it will make me cry. Then we have Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I read Marina by him and I love that book. It was so scary and creepy. So I'm excited to read about this one. It takes place in Barcelona, and Daniel is 10 years old when he finds the novel Shadow of the Wind in the Forgotten Books grave chamber in Barcelona's old city. He becomes totally obsessed by the book and its mysterious author, the forgotten Julian Carcass. So it's kind of that. And it says that the search for the answer to the questions that surround the book will make a mark on Daniel's life for all eternity. So it's apparently a mysterious, romantic, and alluring book. I'm really excited about this because I've heard amazing things. Some people have this as their favorite book of all time that I've heard. Then I have Criers War by Nina Varela. I have read this one and I give it 4 stars. It was really good. I like the sapphic romance and the world is really cool because it's in a fantasy world where these like lifelike robot type things are running and the humans are servants to them. They are called Autome, and it's one it's the queen, no, the princess of the Autome and one of the humans who get into a relationship, and it's mostly just fantasy with like, because the humans want a revolution, so they're not servants to the Automes anymore, or the like ruling family. It was really good, 4 stars. I would have given it more if it was like more with the sapphic stuff, but I will be reading the second one at some point because this kind of just felt like a first book in a series, and I think I will like the second one even more. Then we have a book I got for Christmas last year, Dark Dawn by J. Kristoff. It's huge. But it's only 484 pages, but it looks bigger in this format because it's really large. But this is the 3rd and final book in the Nevernight Chronicles, which is about Mia Corvere, who wants revenge on the people who murder her family, so she joins the Red Church to become an assassin. And it's a really cool world. Then I got this as a gift, Wildfire by Anne Cleeves. It's the 8th book in the Shetland series, and I've only read 3 of them, I believe, or yeah, I think I read 3, so I have 5 more books to read before I can get to this one. Then we have the newest book I bought, The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. I love this one, 5 stars. I've tabbed it a little bit. This is one of my top 5 books I've read this year. It's a horror book, gothic horror, set in a kind of cult-like environment because it's just a village and it's separated from the outside world, and there's a prophet who decides everything, and it's a really religious society, and that was really scary, and also there are witches who are really scary. And yeah, it was really great. I loved Emmanuelle. She was a great main character, really strong black female girl, and the author is also black, so on voices for that. It was the perfect book to read in October, which I did. I bought it for the Fortnite Frights live show, and in the live show the author was in it and she answered some of my questions, so that was really fun. So I loved that book. Then we have Us Against You by Fredrik Backman. I have the Swedish edition because I'm Swedish, so yeah. And Fredrik Backman is also Swedish. This is the second book in the Beer Town duology, I believe it is, and it's about a town where hockey is everything, and then one, like the star player that they have, rapes a girl and a lot of people don't believe her. So this town is kind of divided into the people who believe her and the people who don't. And then this is the sequel to that. So I have not read this, even though I got it last Christmas, because I think it's kind of gonna be a hard read and I'm probably gonna cry, so haven't been in the mood for a sad book. And I also bought Dust, which is the third book to Wool, so I bought both the second and third book, and these match, but I have Wool in a hardcover Swedish edition, so yeah, but Dust is just the third one of that. I'm really excited to finish that series finally. Then we have a book that I got in a book box. I got Unplugged, the Unplugged book box YA version in October, and then I got Eventide by Sarah Goodman, and I had never heard of it, but it does sound cool. It's a horror book or a mystery. It's historical. It's set in Wheeler, Arkansas in 1907. And it says that it's a haunting tale of long buried secrets, small town scandal, and single-minded vengeance. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Then we have another Ann Cleeves book. This is from a new series, so this is not a part of the Shetland series, and it's called Albatross, and it's about Detective Matthew Wen that lost his connection to his family. Now he's back in his hometown, and a man has been found murdered on the beach close to Matthew's new house. He has been stabbed and he has an albatross tattooed on his neck. And this is the first in the North Devon series. I'm excited to read this as well. Then I accidentally got the November Unplugged YA box. I was planning on just getting the October one, but I guess I canceled my subscription for too late, so I got this one. It's so cute, this cover. A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Namey. And it's really cute. It says it's a romance. Yeah, she gets sent off to England, and then she finds a boy, and yeah. And this had a signed book plate in it. I hadn't heard of this one either before I got it in my box, but I'm really excited to read it because it looks so adorable. I would have liked it more if it wasn't a straight couple, but still, I'm excited. Then I have Jonathan Livingston Seagull, a story by Richard Bach, photographs by Russell Munson. And it's about a seagull who is very adventurous, and there's really cool photos in it. It's about a very philosophical seagull. He doesn't just want to fly to get food and back. He wants to learn, how fast can I go? How can I do a loop? Like, what can I do with my wings? And then he gets to seagull heaven, and he learns that he can teleport just by flying. And then you kind of just, if you fly over like this and then you just jump over here, he can time travel. He can just travel in space and time with his flying. So this, and it says, people who make their own rules when they know they're right. People who get a special pleasure out of doing something well, even if only for themselves. People who know there's more to this whole living thing than meets the eye. They'll be with Jonathan Seagull all the way. Others may simply escape into a delightful adventure of freedom and flight. This book, quite simply, is unique. I love this one and I gave it 4 stars. It's really, really short. It's a novella. And it's a fable. So yeah, I really liked it, but I don't think it's for everyone because it's really weird. But I just thought that Jonathan Seagull was such a delightful little seagull, and I loved it. It was just so silly and really cute. And then the last book I have that I have bought or received in 2020 is Queenie by Candice Carty Williams. And this is a adult contemporary book. Queenie Jenkins is 25, lives in London, and has a job at a newspaper and just got dumped. And then she goes to one catastrophical date after another, and she has a Jamaican grandma. Yeah, and I guess she finds a new guy. It says that it's comical. Yeah. So it's about her like finding herself, come of age, finding someone new to love and stuff. So that was the 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 books I have been gifted. I got it for free somehow, like one, or bought myself. And the ones that I have actually bought myself, let's see how many of those I have read. I just wanna see how many of these books I've read so far. Okay, of 23 books I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have read 9 of the 23 books I got this year. That's not terrible. That would be... So I have 14 books left to read that I got this year. Then I have 2 other books to read on my TBR that I didn't get this year. And I will be getting 1 more book for myself this year, like with my own money. That would be, you know, A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. That comes out in 2 days. I am getting that book as soon as possible. But other than that, this is the books I got this year. And it's not a lot, but that's mainly because I don't have that much money to spend on books, and my bookshelf is really small, so I don't have that much room for books either. But yeah, I asked basically only for books this Christmas, so I'll probably get like 7 more for Christmas. But right now, these are the ones that I got this year. 23, and then I read 9. So I'm really pleased with myself that I didn't buy a lot of books and then didn't read them. I did it with 14 of the books I read, but that's maybe because I had a goal to finish as many series as I could, so I did it a lot on audio and borrowed a lot from the library. I like borrowing things on at the library, so yeah. But 14 books I have read, and no, 9 books I read and 14 I haven't. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, and comment down below how many books you have got this year, if you know, or just how many books you've gotten lately. Thanks again, and it's nice to make videos again. I missed it. Bye.